I'm blown away with how great this Walkman actually sounds. Stay on and watch me try to repair it by fitting a new bout and then getting over an auto reverse issue with it. Another changing bout video. This is a Sony, and it's a Sony WM-EX910. This has got quite a high model number. It's quite a rare machine. I bought it when I was in Canada around 2005, and this is what I got with it. So I basically got the remote, the headphones. They've kind of deteriorated a little bit. I've got the box here. It's got some gunk on there. I think that's probably come off of this bag I was using to store it. But anyway, that will come off. But this is the Walkman, and it will need a bout change. And I'd imagine it's very similar to the WM-EX910 that I've just made a video for. This is quite a nice model in that it's got this kind of hidden away control part to it. So push to play, push to change direction and to stop. And then you've got the reverse, the forward as well, all on the same control, which really, when you think about it, is pretty cool, because when you're out and about travelling, just to operate it like that without having to feel your way around the whole case is a bonus. So it doesn't look as full featured as the 674. It's got just a volume that's kind of set in stages here, so it's not even got a volume dial, which is pretty unusual, isn't it? He says it hasn't got a volume dial, but I bet there's one on here. There is. So you're kind of married a little bit to the remote on this, and we will look at the remote in good time. The remote, actually, I forgot it had an LCD screen. That's almost kind of mini disc territory, isn't it? All right, let's just see what it does. Let's get a battery in there first and see if I do need a bout. Am I telling porkies? All right, so like all these, the positive end is sticking out where the door is, and be a little bit careful with these sort of things because they're not really tough, so that you can break them and cause issues. So you don't want to do that. All right, let's press. Yeah, so just to talk about this, the fact that it covers up, that's your hold, isn't it? That's instead of having a hold switch. Okay. So it's not doing anything. And you would expect it to do anything, I guess, because in here, oh yeah, look, that's what it's supposed to look like. So this is the door kind of protection. So this is a cassette detection part, the two bits of white plastic there, like switches. And I'll just put that into the lid. Put down, press play. Oh, listen. Ooh. It's gone dead again. Okay, I think we can safely say that's the bout. And what's interesting, I can't read Japanese, but that says 84 hours. 84-hour life. So is this significantly better, do you think, than the 674, which I reviewed earlier? Brief review anyway. Let's not open that first. Let's open this. Let's do that. As far as I can tell, that's all of the screws out. There's only 4. This is so much like the 674. And probably like a lot more. Right, let's get that out. Then it's a case of easing it from this end. So just make sure you take off your door. This one is kind of held in slightly there. So just gonna, yeah, that should be enough. Yeah, that slides off. So that bit of metal needs to be bent again when it goes back on. Because I couldn't do it on camera very well, what you have to do is kind of put pressure on the top end where the controls are, the headphones, and leverage it out kind of from the bottom. So that's the approach. And what have we got? We've got a very similar looking board. At least this end looks similar. So it looks like the belt's come off and it's snapped. The belt has snapped. Yeah. That's what they tend to do then. They tend to just go like that. Right. Oh, and there's a lot of kind of plastic. So the strength is still there. There's a plastic bit in there, but it's all part of the lid on this one. Almost giving the back a little bit of strength there. And there's a control there. Wow. Not seen one of these before. WM-EX910. 910. There's the motor. I'd imagine it's very similar in performance to the 674. Right, let's get ready to throw that belt away and look for a replacement belt. Now, I've been obviously using up the best belts already, so I might have to order some more at some point. It's been very good actually, the pack I got from Web Spare Parts, because it's had all of the main kind of belt sizes, and you can kind of get away with slightly different size belts. So just what I'm going to do is put a little bit of pressure there, so I'd rather bend the metal than do anything untoward. And let's just see if I can, oh, that's it. So remember, it's got to go. So this will be slightly tighter than the one I put in the other Sony. Not too bad though. That's it, that's on. And that's right. So keep to those sides of those guides. Those kind of stop things there. Now that's just sticking up a little bit now, but that'll go back down when I put the case back on. So, okay, I suppose it won't do anything because of the door. I'll put the cassette in. Play side 2. Okay, let's try that. Cassette in. And hold in there and push in there. Oh, okay. Please play. Oh. That might be because it's too tight, do you think? Yeah. Okay, luckily I've got another belt here, and this one I bought for some other Sonys, so it may be okay. I don't know if it's a tad thicker actually. It's going to be too loose. There's a little bit thicker. Okay, let's put that one to one side. Then I have got this one, which is a little bit tighter. And you can save yourself a lot of time if you just buy belts for the models that you're interested in. You will pay a little bit more, but in theory you should be good to go if you do that. You only do it once. Right, let's try again. So if I'm not happy with that tape, or it's still not happy with the belt I put on. Now it is an old tape, so it might a little bit tough to dry. Remember, this one has probably not been used for a little while as well. Right, I'm going to get a new tape. So I've got a new old stock tape. So this one was wrapped up. Okay, so this one was, yeah, it was wrapped up. Brand new. It's now been recorded on. And let's see. I think it's struggling to drive the... I need to see what it's doing really, don't I? It's struggling to drive the cogs, isn't it? Ooh, that felt very stiff on that side. So the actual play, this side was pretty stiff. It might just need loosening up a bit. It looks very clean inside, the actual capstans. Yeah, not much wear on this one. It's probably seizing up due to inactivity. I know the feeling. Try again. It's continuously auto-reversing the side of it. You can actually see the tape going around in here. I think you can just about. Now, I wouldn't have said that bout was really too tight, you know what I mean? It's a little bit, but maybe let's get these on in terms of seeing what it's doing. Maybe the display give me a clue. I'm going to pull out the original headphones. They've kind of gone really sort of stiff. The remote is marginally better, but yeah, it's looking a little bit white. Alright, let's plug this in. I'm not interested in audio at the moment anyway. Let's try driving it from here. Oh, is that on hold, is it? Yeah, hold is off. Should. It's not actually outputting anything on this remote. Okay, maybe. It could be oxidization on the actual connections here. Let's give it a slight scratch. Let's try again. Yeah, that's what it was. There's no display there. Oh yeah, it says play, reverse. Forward and reverse. It's sort of, okay. Look at that for a shocking bout. Can you see that there in the middle? Even if that did work, it would not sound very good, would it? Okay, so I seem to have fixed this auto-reverse issue, and it's really along the lines that I showed before. So if I just open up and show you, what you can see here is these kind of wheels here drive the capstans inside, and I just had to manually give them a bit of a twirl. Okay, so maybe they seized up a little bit because it's not been used for a while. Maybe even the cold temperature where this Walkman was has had some effect, but the belt I've actually got on there is one of the dodgy Chinese belts. It didn't look too bad, so that's the one that's on there. And that's it playing. It's much better, isn't it? Stop. Okay, let's I'm not going to put another belt on if this one's okay. Okay, so I think you need to hold it in for to reverse to work, so let's do one more test. That's it running. Hold it in. That's auto reversed. It's not gone back. The bounce looks like it's done a little bit of funny jump in there. That's stop. What I'm going to do is do a quick test, audio test. We'll see. I won't be able to play the music loud because of YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. I will, though, be able to just tell if there's any warbling going on. And we can have a look at the remote for it as well. Ooh, it's a lit remote. Isn't that cool? See the light? Well, that's a nice remote. It's really got that kind of mini disc appearance. I wonder if it would work on a mini disc. Anyone know? WM-E910. Anyway, this is what came with this Walkman. So let's play. It's playing in reverse. I'm now going to stop it. Okay, I didn't mean to stop it. Let's play again and then auto reverse it. Forward. So that's volume. Oh, okay. So you've got your variable volume on here. Gets quite loud. It's not too bad actually. Sound. Oh, that's good. You can do it from here. Okay, it's got a similar bass to the 674. Mega bass now. Groove. Off. Yeah, it's got exactly the same sound mode as the WM-674 as far as I can tell. It's got auto music search. There you go, you could skip 2 tracks. But for now, you can see my battery indicator is flashing because it isn't charged up very well, this battery. It doesn't sound too bad actually. I will put a better belt back on if I can, because it might be more of a sensible option given I want to use this as well. Okay, let's play with one of the belts I put on earlier that I thought wasn't very good, and it ended up being an issue with the actual player, didn't it? So let's play again. That sounds a lot better. Okay, so what a brilliant model. Thankfully, still working, and I'm going to leave a decent belt on there because it certainly deserves it, doesn't it? Alright, let's just slide that right down on there, and let's get that right on there first. Just be careful when you put your case back together, because I managed to just unclip this from the black part. So this bit, it does need to click back on, so it doesn't need glue, but just be very careful and make sure you start kind of this end. Really get that, make sure that's right over there. As you push down, there you go. That's fine, no harm done, but something to be wary of. The good thing as well is if that did separate, you wouldn't lose it, it would just end up being kind of caught in the actual case there. But that is one nice looking Walkman, and in fact it plays really well as well. can tell, it's had minimal usage. I think the bout on there will be fine. Better than no bout. And remember, when you slide that back on, just need to apply a little bit pressure there, just to, yeah, make sure that catches. It's a catch after all, and like so. So that's one last test before I put the screws in. I've got it on hold, haven't I? You mean you got it on hold? Oh, I wanted to play. Sorry. There you go. That's it. It's got that kind of mini disc colour as well to it, hasn't it? I love those blue mini disc players, and this one has got that kind of look about it as well. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Maybe there's some things here to be aware of when you're changing bouts in some of these other models, so it's probably best just to leave the Chinese bouts out of the picture. And I would definitely say that you want to take your time over doing this sort of thing. They're not complicated really, as long as you don't encounter too many issues. As you could see, I was able to get through some of my issues by just giving these a bit of a twiddle, and these capstans were the culprits at the end, so they just seemed to be a little bit seized up, because that's why the auto reverse was flipping over multiple times. But anyway, I think that sums up the video for now. Please like and subscribe, and I shall do some more videos on some interesting things in the future. Bye for now.